This is somewhere I've never been before. The last lap of 5 laps on this 4-mile circuit of the Pumpkin Valley Circuit Practice Race. Hey, cycling community, this is Steve, Grusis the Cycling Greek. Terrence had been pulling, and I don't think it's that his design is that he's attacking off the front. It's just that he may have sensed that Diego just slowed up a bit, took a drink, a gap opened up, and now he's putting in a few more watts. Diego's probably thinking that 4 miles is a long way to go solo, and that he will come back into the pack. Terrence has no intention of doing that. Terrence is at least a Cat 2 who infrequently races anymore. Diego in front of me is a Cat 2. In back of me is Jimmy, who I haven't seen for quite a while, but he's riding like he's never missed a beat. Very strong fellow. And in back of him is Tomas, a former Olympic hopeful on the track and is looking to go to Worlds next year. Because it's important to the story, these guys are 30s and 40-somethings. I think maybe one of them has crossed over 50. Me, I'm a Cat 3 and I'm 70. And I've been subject to atrial fibrillation since I was 60. To the action on the screen, Terrence is just about to be caught. So now the next thing I have to worry about are the attacks that are going to come after this. And the attack probably will come after this 180 and going up this climb. So I have to be as close as I can to Diego's wheel as we go across this 180, which typically I'm not very good at. If I have to put myself in a deficit kind of like this to get onto his wheel, that'll put me into the red zone and get me dropped quicker than a sack of potatoes carried by a 7-year-old. I've been on Diego's wheel before when he's been drilling it up this climb, and I hadn't lasted too long. I'm now just waiting for that to start. While we are waiting, typically the way this works is that we do the Pumpkin Valley Circuit Race on one week, and then next week we're doing the World Championship course, and then we cycle back and forth. I've been fairly consistent doing these as my schedule would allow since around May. Consistent in this means about 75% of the time. This type of workout was the last piece that I needed at this time to improve my form this year. And seemingly, this is the reason why my racing has gone so well in the second half of the season. I say seemingly because if this is all I did, I would not have the success that I've had this year. This is the last piece of my training program. It would not have worked as well if I hadn't done the intervals that I've done previous to this. And those intervals would not have worked so well if I hadn't built up my tremendous endurance base. As you saw, there was no attack by Diego, and that may have been because of the pace that Terrence was setting up the climb. When it came my turn to pull, I put in a big surge. The only way you know this is because I just told you I have no telemetry numbers attached to this video. You certainly can't tell by the riders behind me because they seem unfazed. The main reason I did this is to put myself under stress and to see how difficult it would be for me to attach myself to the back of the group when they came by. I don't just do these rides just to ride wheels. Part of my workout is challenging myself in situations like this. Even though I was under stress, I was able to get back in line and stay there. Now, it may not seem like a big thing, but remember, this is the first time I made it to the last lap with these guys. So the question is, could I have designed a set of interval workouts that would give me the same benefit that these practice races give me in my racing? The answer is probably. It's just for me, this works out better. Now, I still do the intervals. I've still done them leading into this, but this gives me that extra variability, that extra push to hang on to the groups who have much, much faster and stronger riders than me. So for now, I say, go with what works. And it's time again to go back to the action on the screen. Diego goes on his attack. As for a split second, I considered it and I thought, nah, I'm staying back here. I'm hoping/thinking that these guys will reconnect. I'm thinking we have round about 2 miles to go to the finish. Obviously, all I need to do is just hang on to these guys, and these guys will hopefully drag me up. The challenge for me, however, is that upcoming 90-degree downhill turn with that continuing turn to the right. And here we go. Even a small gap after the turn with this wind, even though it's a light wind, can cause me to go off the back. The next significant milestone is being connected to these guys when we get to the bottom. If that happens, then things get a little easier for me, at least for that moment. As we round this curve, it looks like I made it. We're at the bottom. So Diego's still out there. He's got a good gap. So it's not a pack that's chasing Diego. It's Jimmy that's been pulling all this time chasing Diego. At the end of this kind of straight, we take a left into a headwind. Diego, who's used up a whole bunch of energy, knows this. He slows up a bit for the inevitable catch so he can rest a little bit for the final sprint. Bunching up just after the curve, this is the moment I've been waiting for. I attack. Unbeknownst to me until I'm working on this video, track specialist Tomas immediately responds to the attack and jumps on my wheel. Everyone eventually gets on his wheel. I'm still standing, trying to go as hard as I can. I don't care what's going on behind me. I just need to get to that right turn so I can have more of a tailwind. Right now it's a cross headwind. But that was a long way to go all out for this old guy. So I pull off, I'm looking around, seeing if I can jump on a wheel, but only half-heartedly because I went all the way and over the edge. I am quite pleased that my execution of my training plan that I designed has worked out so well. It's been a long time since I've been this strong. It's interesting to note that part of that training plan involves doing old guy type of workouts as opposed to pure racer type of workouts. And I'll be talking about that in a future video. Alright, you know the drill. Comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.